Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first retouch tutorial, basic retouch tutorial, quick stuff. In the meantime, while I'm doing this, don't forget to like and subscribe. So as I pick my picture and bring it up to Photoshop, this is time for you to like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, support the boy. So firstly, what we're gonna do is rotate the picture. Got that done. And now what I'm going to do is that first things first is to duplicate your layer. Duplicate the background layer. You take it down here and duplicate it twice. And the first one, rename it to lower. Yeah. Low or lower. Yeah. And then the next one, you can rename it to high. Okay. So now you go open your low file and then you go to filter, go to blur, go to Gaussian blur, and let that open. So take it, probably depends on how your pixels you have. So mine, I'm gonna put it on 7.4, and you take it now, wait for it to load. Okay, go to high, and from there go to image, go to apply image, and now we're gonna apply it to the low layer. All right. And after that, what you're gonna do is blending. You're gonna put it on subtract and leave everything. Put the scale to 2 and offset to 1:8 and click OK. And then now change the blending mode to from normal to linear light. Oops, no, not pen light. Sorry about that. Change it to linear light. Right, where's linear light? There we go, linear light. Okay. So now click both of them and Control G to group and rename it to FS or frequency separation. All right, so open the layer. Now what you're gonna do is click on the lower layer, come here to your cursor tool, and now you're basically gonna be selecting all the layers that you want to be blurred out, in a sense where it makes it look clean. You know, you selecting all the skin parts. So I normally start with the forehead. If I'm just gonna do a quick job here. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna select portions of it, maybe select the highlights first, but I'm just gonna select all of it just to save time. So select all the forehead, right? And from there, done, right? So you go to filter, go to blur, Gaussian blur again, and this time you select any amount that you see the skin looking smooth a bit, right? Don't take it overboard, because that starts to give it a faint line down there. So yeah, just take it a bit lower, and from there, yeah, that's perfect. Right, so from now on, you don't really have to go to the whole filter and whatnot. So what you can do now is just select the next skin layer that you want. So I'm gonna go with the cheeks, right? Do that, and from there just click Alt Control F. Voila, and that clears it up. It does the whole blur thing again for you instead of you going to the filter gallery again. So select part of the cheek now, going to the chin, and do that. Select the chin, yeah, and then Alt Control F, again Alt Control F, select Alt Control F, Alt Control F. See, simple. So this is just a quick job, guys. Quick job. You know, you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. You can just take your time with it, select every part to just be thorough with it. You know, here I'm just showing you the basics of how to get it done very quickly. I skipped this part, the chin part, and there we go. Alt Control F. There. So now we're done with the face, right? So once you're done with the face, don't forget that you still have to do also parts of the other skin. Oh, sorry, I forgot there the eyelids. Yeah, eyelids. The no. Oh, by the way, the nose. Because the nose is a bit fragile or is a bit lighter because of the makeup, you just have to now select a different type of blur. I'm gonna show you now. Right, just select the nose there. There we go. Then go to filter. Right, go to blur, Gaussian blur, and you see how it looks so fainted out. So now just take it back slightly so that you still has detail. Yeah, that's perfect for me. And yeah, see how the face is looking. Let's see, take it down, back, and before, after, before and after. See, makes a whole lot of difference. Makes a whole lot of difference. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the part of the shoulders, the chest as well, you know. So yeah, just go over that quickly. You guys already know how it goes from here, right? So probably I'm gonna fast forward this a bit, you know. All right. Again, with the shoulders, you can always change according to the skin tone, you know, and the skin color to what you want it to be. So it's up to you there. Yeah, and coming to the neck as well, you can pick what suits you. Oopsie. Yeah, what suits you. So it doesn't have to be exactly as mine, but yeah, it can just be roughly somewhere there. There we go. Perfect. Nice. Yeah. Right. Almost done with this. So yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward again. Yeah. Now look at that. Before and after. Before and after. Before and after. So what we're gonna do next is now we're gonna go to all the blemishes and maybe the small pimples that she has. You know, she really doesn't have that much pimples, but you know, just to clear it out, you know, give a person that clear skin we all deserve, you know. There we go. There. And this one, you know. So what I normally use is the clone stamp, and I go to the higher level. So just to make it nicer, I'd normally avoid to use the heel brush, but it depends on you what you feel comfortable using. You can use the clone stamp, you can use um the heel brush as well, you know. It's up to you. So just remove all these small blemishes and small pimples, as well as probably, you know, all these unwanted parts that I don't want on the skin, you know. Yeah, just remove that on the chin as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's really up to you guys on how you feel and the kind of picture that you are editing, because pictures always differ from picture to picture, you know. But yeah, I always prefer models that don't have that much blemishes, you know, because it's quicker, you know. But we normally don't choose our skin types. So yeah, give this person the skin they deserve, you know. So yeah, just take out all these small parts. Just, yeah, just go over that, you know. So yeah, normally if you're doing this for a client, if it's a beauty shot, you'd have to like take your time, really take your time, go through all the fine details and all the blemishes, remove everything. So here I'm just gonna quickly do a quick job, you know. Not really gonna remove everything, still want it to look as natural as possible, you know. But with that glam, also go to the neck as well and the shoulders a bit. Yeah, just gonna do a quick job here. All right, so I think that's done, right? Just zoom out and before and after. See, not sure if you could see that, but yeah. So now what we're gonna do is go to open a curves adjustment layer and take the brightness up, boost it up to where you feel comfortable with. Close that, and double click on it and go to the blending options. That's where you're gonna get this underlaying layer, so now you'll focus on the nose more and bring that underlaying layer until you see the dark part on the nose. As soon as it gets there, yeah, that's really enough. And then just click on Alt and separate, and then move the other slider to the left. Look at that, just look at that. So now pause. Yeah, I think somewhere, let me take it there. Yeah, that's perfect, I think. Yeah, and then just press OK, click on OK, and now to hide, Control I, right? But first what you're gonna do is duplicate this layer by Control J and close all of them now. Right, so go to the first one, click on it, and Control I to hide. Control I hides, right? And then go to your brush. You can press B on your thingy, make sure that the flow is 5, the opacity is 100, and make sure that the color here is white, because white reveals, black hides, right? So go to the nose and brush a bit on it to just reveal that glow that we had in that line. So we're gonna make the nose just have that few glows in it, just to give it that pop, so the nose pops out a bit. Yeah, and that looks good. I really like it. Yeah. Okay, just a bit on the edges there. Yeah, perfect. So once this is done, we can now go on to the next and go to the blending options. Now we're focusing on the right cheek. Now just move this a bit to the right till you're comfortable with the type of glow that the cheek gives you. It's up to your kind of taste, the picture that you're going for. So I'm more comfortable with it a bit, having that shadow a bit, but it's still having that shine to make it pop, which this is good. And click on OK. So hide it again, same thing, and just brush over it. See, simple. I'm sure now you already know how this goes. So with the next one as well, what we're gonna do with the next layer is roughly the same thing. Unhide the layer, and you see it, we're going for the left cheek, right? And what you do, you click on the double click on the right hand side and go to the underlaying layer again. And what we're looking for that glow again, so bring this here, and that's a bit too much, but okay, we can take that down after. So hide and brush over the left side, brush over. On my side it looks a bit too harsh, right? But that's okay. This is the kind of, we want that glow that shows a bit that she has that beautiful cheeks that pop. That makeup as well should be complementing her face. So what we're gonna do after this is basically, after just brushing us on the chin, there we go. Oh, that is beautiful. That is indeed beautiful. So what we're gonna do now, also a bit of the forehead, and yeah, just like that. So simply because now we're gonna do the lips before, let me get to the lips before we do anything else, just because see how her lips are shining, so we just need to add a bit more of that shine and make the lips stand out as well, because this is more of a glam and shine feel. So we're gonna go for that and make the lips shine. There we go, look at that. Then just bring it back down a bit to make it a bit darker, and that looks perfect. And click on OK. Right, so hide that, and after hiding that, just brush over the lips to bring back that shine that we want, because we want that shine not all over the face but on the skin, on the lips only. Now just brush over until we feel comfortable, and that looks really good. I love it. So Right now we're gonna go back to this one and change the opacity. Remember I told you that you can just fix it a bit later. So bring it around, what, mine looks perfect here at 88. Yeah, looks good. Look at that, the whole face. So what we can do now is just select on all the layers, control and select on all the layers, and control G, that's group, and rename it to face. And we've done our face right now. Look at that. That is perfect. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Yeah, I love this. Look at that. Before and after. Before and after. The shine and everything.
Yeah. Ooh, transitions. Trying to fulfill my mission. Lord, can you please help a nigga? I'm just trying to fulfill my mission. While I'm going through them transitions, I just need you to help me out. While I'm going through them transitions, I just need you to help me out. Lord, please protect my soul. Trying to chase this gold. The streets are always cold. I need 100 rows, ayy. I need 100 rows.
Hide. What hides? Control I. And you're on the white and just brush over. Brush over it. You know? Yeah, like so. Brush over all the parts that you want to have that shine on, to apply that shine, just to make the shoulders pop and the chest to pop. Look at that, before and after. And I'll show you. Look, beautiful. So what you can do now is open the curves again. Now take it lower. For the first time, we're taking it low. Get to that darkness that you feel comfortable with. Control I to hide. And now what we're gonna do is, you see how beautiful her cheekbones are? Not cheekbones, I mean her shoulders have that defined. So now what we're just gonna do is make it more defined. So I'm gonna brush over it and make it darker. Yeah, just do that and that. Don't make it too dark, don't over exaggerate it, just fairly enough. I know I did it over a bit here, but what I'm gonna do is, after this, look at that. Look how okay, I missed there and there. Then now what I'm gonna do is take down the opacity just to make it blend in properly, like that. Yeah, I think that is really good. Right, so after this, control and click on both, name it shoulders, and look, before and after. See, her shoulders now pop with that bit of shadow in it. And next step is that we're gonna now go to the curves again, right? So we're gonna focus on more on the eyes. Let me just move this so that I can see the eyes properly. So I need that shine on the eyes. So I'm gonna take this brightness up. Can even take it up to the max, but this is fine for me. Don't want to overdo it. Right. And remember, what hides? Control I. So we're gonna hide this here, control I. And because there's two, I want to create a catchlight and make her eyes pop. I'm gonna duplicate this layer and control J, duplicate the layer. So I'm gonna zoom in and change the flow. Okay, just first change the opacity, and I think that's fair enough. Oops, sorry. Change the flow to, I think, 30 would do. Yeah, let's start there, just testing with 30. Okay, what's happening now? Right, brush, and click on OK, and just make your brush smaller. You can make it smaller with control and small bracket on your left, and just do lines. This gives the eyes more realistic look, because our eyes have those lines in them. So just click on it and create these lines. Create the lines, create the lines, more lines, more lines, more lines. Yeah, just brush over small lines. You can make them bigger a bit, but just make sure that it looks a bit realistic. Don't worry about it when it looks a bit weird when you're starting. You'll see the end result that it actually looks much better than it looks now. So just keep on doing that. And once you feel that, okay, you've done enough lines and covered all the sides, just you see the catchlights, the both catchlights there, just make sure that you fairly in that semi bracket there with them. And once you're done with the first eye, you can move on to the second eye, and do the same thing. So I'm just gonna skip forward from here on, and let me finish up with this and do the second light eye as well. So once you're done with the second eye, and now you can just go to the second layer and boost up your flow to 100, just to make sure now that it stands out, and brush over the catchlights on both eyes. And wherever you see that it needs a bit more boost, just boost it up and make the eye shine and have that proper shine that is reflected from the flashes. So yeah, let me just do this quickly and work on it and get it finished. There we go. So just make sure that it fairly looks bright enough, and let's see, look at that, look at her eyes. Well, I just feel like it's a bit too much, but first blend both, Control G, and change this to eyes or eye. Yeah, and okay, and go to it, and probably if you feel like it's a bit too much, you can just do what I'm gonna do now, decrease the opacity a bit slightly, just not that much. 93 is good enough. And there we go, look at that, our picture's looking quite good. So what you can do more now to like firstly, what we're going to do is control and select all of them, including the background, and press Control E to merge all the folders. So what we're going to do now is copy the background, and we just want to separate the person from the background. So we're going to do a quick selection, and at times quick selection doesn't really fairly do the whole job for you, whereas with this picture it's certainly not going to do the whole job for me. So you can use the pen tool if you're quite good at the pen tool, but because this is a quick selection that we want to do quickly, that I'm trying to do, but you don't have to do it like this, if you want to do a thorough job. So if it can't do this, what you're going to do is that, see how when I'm trying to select now everything, it's just gonna select the whole picture instead of the whole person. So what you can do is Control Z, and that undoes that. So when you zoom in again, you try and it doesn't work, what you can do is just select until a certain portion where it is good enough, and from there on just go to the background and select this mask key, and it's going to do a mask. And there we go. So after this, what you're gonna do is just select your brush, and from there brush in everything that, okay, uncheck the background and brush in everything that is not there, with the white brush, and you brush it in. You see, voila, magic. And now the white is revealing everything that was hidden, or everything that was not selected. So with this selected now, what happens is it just brush everything. So for you to just be sure what you're brushing, you can check the background and now just brush everything in properly. Just brush in, highlighting everything from what you see, and then uncheck it just to make sure that you're in the right part. And you can increase your brush with the hardness of the brush just to make sure that it doesn't spill all over the place. And then you continue with your brushing and all that. And once you're done, what's interesting about this is that um, when you select again this whole thing, it has done the whole selection process for you of the whole body, which is what we want, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Ooh, transitions, trying to fulfill my mission. Lord, can you please help a nigga? I'm just trying to fulfill my mission while I'm going through them transitions. I just need you to help me out while I'm going through them transitions. I just need you to help me out. Lord, please protect my soul. Trying to chase this gold. The streets are always cold. I need 100 rolls, ayy. I need 100 rolls, ayy. I need 100 rolls, ayy. Pray every day just to keep my faith up. Roll it up, spark it up to keep my mood up. Grinding every day, trying to make this work. Ungawarin bana sizophumelela. Ooh, transitions, trying to fulfill my mission. Lord, can you please help a nigga? I'm just trying to fulfill my mission while I'm going through them transitions. I just need you to help me out while I'm going through them transitions. I just need you to help me out. Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.